Remember when an album cover was a work of art? When you'd stare at it for hours, wondering what these people were really like? These photos answer that question. They show you the faces behind the music, unguarded, unposed, and real. This is the stuff we dreamed about seeing back then, and now, finally, we can. Atlanta, 1973. This massive crowd broke the Beatles' attendance record for a single concert. Led Zeppelin's 1973 North American tour was a force of nature, establishing them as the undisputed, larger-than-life kings of stadium rock. George Harrison in 1967. The spiritual ambassador of the Summer of Love. His deep dive into Indian music wasn't just a fad. It fundamentally changed the Beatles' sound on Sgt. Pepper and introduced Eastern philosophy to an entire generation. Keith Richards and Charlie Watts, 1964, during their first tour of America. This wasn't just a haircut. It was a snapshot of the lifelong bond between the engine room of the Stones, the steady heartbeat that kept the chaos in perfect time. Ozzy Osbourne in 1991, during his massive No More Tears comeback. He was sober, focused, and back on top. The album's powerful title track was co-written by his old friend, Lemmy Kilmister, one of the only men he trusted to write his words. Pete Townshend, 1967. The guitar smashing started by accident. Hit the ceiling once, crowd went nuts, so he did it again. He called it auto-destructive art. Everyone else just called it the greatest ending in rock and roll. John Bonham at Earl's Court, 1975. This legendary five-night stand captured Led Zeppelin at their epic peak. For 3.5 hours a night, Bonzo was the thunderous engine driving the most powerful rock and roll band on Earth. The definition of irony. Keith Richards in 1972, during the legendary Exile on Main Street tour. Standing under an official government anti-drug sign, the world's greatest rock and roll outlaw created one of his most memorable images. David Bowie in 1989, during his controversial Tin Machine phase. In a deliberate attempt to kill his solo stardom, he formed a raw, loud rock band. This wasn't the untouchable alien superstar anymore. This was just one of the guys in the band. The very first photo shoot of the Rolling Stones, 1962. This isn't the stadium supergroup. This is a raw, young blues band, fresh from their first ever gig. The humble, quiet beginning of the world's greatest rock and roll band. Gabriel and Collins, the voice and the engine of Genesis in 1974. When Peter left after this tour to pursue solo work, the band searched for a new singer, only to realize the man with the perfect voice was already right there, sitting behind the drums. A truly legendary gathering of guitar gods. This was at the ARMS benefit concert. It marked a reunion of the three greatest guitarists to come out of the Yardbirds: Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, and the evening's other headliner, Eric Clapton. The heart and soul of Thin Lizzy, 1976. This was the year of Jailbreak and their anthem, "The Boys Are Back in Town." That song was almost never released as a single, until their American manager fought the label to release it. Pink Floyd, 1967. London Psychedelic Kings. Sid Barrett built this. The name, the light shows, the sound that didn't exist before him. But something's shifting. The others can feel it. This photo catches the band at the peak that was already cracking. Joan Jett in 1981. Defiant and on the verge of superstardom. After being rejected by the entire industry, she was about to prove them all wrong with "I Love Rock and Roll," armed with her signature guitar and an unbreakable will. The Cars, the year they ruled MTV. Their groundbreaking computer-animated video for "You Might Think" was so revolutionary, it won the first ever Video of the Year award at the MTV VMAs, famously beating Michael Jackson's Thriller. The Man in Black, with the red, white, and blue. This is from 1974, the year of his album, Ragged Old Flag. It captures Johnny Cash's complex patriotism, a deep love for his country, its flaws, and its promise, all at once. Frank Zappa and Steven Tyler, 1980. The disciplined composer meets the wild rock star. Two completely different worlds. Zappa, the control freak perfectionist. Tyler, the Aerosmith frontman who lived every rock cliché out loud. And yet, mutual respect. Says a lot about both of them. Billy Idol in 1984, the year of Rebel Yell. He perfectly packaged punk attitude for the MTV generation. But his secret weapon was guitarist Steve Stevens, whose arena rock firepower turned Idol's sneer into a global phenomenon. The Master and the Student. Miles Davis and Carlos Santana, 1981. Miles' jazz explorations had a profound influence on Santana's music. This photo captures the mutual respect between two titans who forever changed the face of instrumental music. CSNY Reunion Tour, 1974. They called it the Doom Tour themselves. That tells you everything. Four guys who harmonized like angels and fought like family. This photo caught a good moment. There weren't many. The Who, circa 1965. The undisputed kings of the mods. Their look was as important as their sound, and this iconic photo captures their tough, arrogant style. The ultimate faces of the swinging London scene. Carlos Santana in 1972. A man on a spiritual quest. He had abandoned his pop hits for a deep dive into jazz fusion, inspired by his guru, Sri Chinmoy. This was Santana the artist, not the rock star, chasing enlightenment through his guitar. Metallica, 1988, and Justice for All. The band was still processing the loss of Cliff Burton, and you can hear it. 8-minute songs, no bass in the mix, cold, sharp, furious. This wasn't just an album, it was a fist through the wall. The German metal gods in their infancy. This is the Scorpions, 7 years before their first album. They were just teenagers playing Beatles covers in local clubs, a humble beginning for a band that would one day sell over 100 million records.